I never imagined I'd be sitting in the kitchen, sipping lukewarm coffee and staring at my phone, rereading a text message from my son over and over. It was simple, but it hit me like a bolt of lightning. Mom, can we talk? I need help. It's about my first time. At first, I was confused. His first time doing what? Driving alone? Filing taxes? Cooking something more than ramen noodles? But then, the meaning sank in and I realized exactly what he was talking about. Suddenly, I was back in my own teenage years, nervous, confused, and afraid of being judged. I sighed, set my mug down, and texted him back. Of course, honey. I'm here.
Come talk to me.
Tyler had just turned 18 a couple of months ago. He was my only child. Since his father and I separated when Tyler was 10, he and I had grown incredibly close. I'd always worked hard to keep our relationship honest and open, one where he could come to me with anything. Still, this felt different. This felt intimate in a way we hadn't crossed before. Vulnerable.
Raw.
About 20 minutes later, he came through the door with his hoodie pulled low over his head, hands shoved deep in his pockets. In that moment, he looked like a little boy again, nervous and unsure. I was sitting on the couch waiting for him. When he sat down across from me, the tension in the room felt thick, like a fog that had drifted in without warning. I don't even know how to start, he mumbled, eyes locked on the floor. You already did, sweetheart, I said gently. And I'm proud of you for reaching out. He hesitated a moment, then everything poured out in a rush. I think I'm ready to, be with someone. But I'm scared I'll mess it up. I've never done anything like that, and I don't want it to be awful. I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. When he stopped, he looked like he wished he could disappear into the couch. I stayed silent for a moment, letting him breathe. I knew this mattered. Not just the topic, but the trust it took for him to open up to me. Well, I said carefully, I'm really glad you came to me. That takes courage. And I'm not here to judge or make this weird. I want to help you feel safe, smart, and respected in whatever decisions you make. He let out a long breath, like something heavy had lifted from his chest. I want it to be meaningful, he added. And I don't want to feel like I'm doing something wrong. There's so much pressure. The way people talk about this stuff online, it all feels so fake. That's when I understood what he really needed. Not advice, not instructions, reassurance. He needed guidance, emotional clarity, the kind of understanding that his friends, the internet, or even his father couldn't give him. We spent the next hour just talking. About relationships, boundaries, communication, respect for himself and for the person he might share that experience with. I explained how a first time isn't a magic switch that turns you into an adult. It's a step into understanding trust, emotion, and connection. He asked questions and I answered honestly, not clinically but with care. As a parent who wanted her son to grow into intimacy with self-awareness, not shame. Then he said something that caught me off guard. Would it be weird if I practiced how to talk about it? Like, with you? You mean like role-playing a conversation? I asked, raising an eyebrow. He nodded quickly. Not the actual stuff. Just how I'd talk to someone about feelings, comfort. I just don't want to freeze up. That I can do, I said. So we did. We acted out little conversations. How to ask for consent. How to check in with a partner. How to talk about boundaries and be emotionally open without embarrassment. It felt strange at first, but the awkwardness passed. We even laughed. He said it was the first time he felt like he really understood how emotional connection was supposed to work. Over the next few days, I noticed a shift in him. Not a huge one, but something steady and thoughtful. He was quieter, more reflective. One afternoon, he came home from school and said, I actually talked to Emma today about how I feel, like real feelings. He smiled, and she didn't run away. I smiled back. That's because you're learning to be real, and realness is rare. A week later, he came into my room late at night. He looked more nervous than I'd ever seen him. He was holding a small box. I got these just in case, he said, handing me the box. It was a pack of protection. I don't think I'm ready just yet, but I wanted to be prepared when the time comes. I took the box, nodded with approval, and handed it back. Good call, I said. Being ready isn't just about what you feel. It's about what you do. That shows maturity. He smiled. Thanks, Mom. I don't think I could have talked to anyone else about this. That weekend, I overheard him talking to Emma on the phone. I didn't eavesdrop, but I heard enough to know he was being sincere.
Kind.
Respectful. He was setting boundaries, asking for consent, making sure she felt comfortable every step of the way. Later, when he came to say goodnight, he gave me a hug. Not the quick one-arm squeeze I was used to, but a real hug, the kind that says thank you without saying a word. That night, I lay awake for a while. Not because I was worried, but because I realized I had just witnessed my son take his first real steps into adulthood. Not through rebellion or secrecy, but through honesty, courage, and trust. A few weeks later, he walked through the door grinning. I think I'm falling for her, he said. And does she feel the same? I think so. We've just connected. It's not even about the physical stuff anymore. It's like I can really be myself. That's when I knew this was more than just a talk about a first time. It had become something far deeper. A turning point. A life lesson in being emotionally present, responsible, and kind. And for me, it was a reminder that parenting isn't about shielding your child from every mistake. It's about guiding them to understand who they are. It's being that one place they can come when the world tells them they can't be vulnerable. So no, I didn't laugh. I didn't flinch. I didn't panic. I listened. I supported. And most importantly, I showed him that love, real love, starts with trust, not fear. If I had reacted with discomfort or brushed him off, he might have turned somewhere else. Or worse, learned through harmful experiences. But instead, we created something unforgettable. And honestly, I wouldn't change a thing.